Okay, so we're going to be moving on to our next map, which is this new map that came out, which is called Adairea. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I just got it today, played it once, and I'm just like, this is going to be a good map. It's kind of looks like Halo in a way, but I'm just like, it's not going to be good. It's kind of dumb looking. It's actually a really cool map. Now, I played on the Republic side before, which really doesn't have any color to it, but I've never played on the CS side. But I'm going to play on the Republic because I'm more familiar with that. But already you can see this is a beautiful map, and usually if maps are beautiful, they're either deducted of their awesomeness, or if maps are ugly, they're deducted of the beauty, but they get a lot of awesomeness into it. There's this awesome map that you can get, and it's a Kashyyyk map. It's called Clone Wars Kashyyyk 1.4. It's an amazing map. That is how Kashyyyk should look. LucasArts, if you need a model for Kashyyyk, if you're making Battlefront 3 right now, which I kind of hope you are, use that as your model. I mean, tell your game designer to use that as the model. Just a sec! Okay, use that as your model. Don't use, like, the old Kashyyyk or the one from Elite Squadron. That was just a horrible Kashyyyk. That didn't even look like Kashyyyk. It didn't remind me of Kashyyyk. It's just like, oh, let's just have some platforms, maybe waterfall here. And Elite Squadron deducted you of the freedom you had in Battlefront 2. You could go almost anywhere in Battlefront 2. You couldn't take your tank anywhere almost in Battlefront 2. Your AT-AT, it was on its own path. You couldn't drive it. You could only shoot from it. But overall, for being a PSP game, which that's a handheld game system, so it was actually amazing for a handheld game system, but it wasn't amazing for a game in general. If they had been able, I think if they had been able to create it their own way, Rebellion, who's the creator of it, they might have done a little bit better. But what are you gonna do? Besides, I really like it for being a PSP game, but if that had turned into Battlefront 3, which it could have, I would have been horrified. Free Radical knew what they were doing. Rebellion was just getting a recycled game that they were toward to kind of finish and maybe hope to get some goodness into it. But all in all, it was just okay. But yeah, that would have been a bad Battlefront 3, and it still would have been Battlefront 3, but still. Whoa, what the heck? I do not remember that. Oh my. Okay, so anyways, Free Radical, I think, knew what they were doing, and LucasArts was a fool to fire them from the game. It was almost finished, but still. They made a big mistake. I'm mad at LucasArts, and I'm not going to buy many of their games unless I hear that they're actually good until they give me Battlefront 3. I'm kind of going on a strike, if you will put it, on LucasArts. But yeah, since it's a PSP game, I'll give it a pretty good rating, 8 out of 10, maybe an 8.5, but not much more than that. Besides, I'm feeling in a good mood today, so that's why I'm giving it such a high. When I first got it, I gave it a 7 out of 10, so actually I'm going to just stick with that. It needs work. Free Radical also knew what they were doing, whereas they kept the good stuff where you get to choose which class you do, kind of like in Battlefield, and they kind of did that in Battlefront 3. In Elite Squadron, sorry. But they kind of took it to Call of Duty level where you're just customizing classes, and that wasn't what Free Radical was doing. They were doing exactly what I wanted, and I didn't even know they were making it at the time, where they were letting you customize your guys, but they still had your, like, clone trooper, clone heavy trooper, sniper. They had all those guys, but you could customize them. So, from what I know, from what I've seen, but you could, like, give your guy a new color and a better sniper rifle. You could, if you were a rocket launcher, maybe you had a better rocket launcher. And it still would have been uneven, but that would have been fun because you could still choose your guy, see who they were, and you could have more than one customized character. You didn't need to have just like the you didn't need to have just one customized character and then just like a bunch of classes that you get to choose from, because that gets kind of confusing, and it's easier to kind of see and have like specialized classes for specialized characters. That makes the most sense. I'm glad they didn't do it Call of Duty like where you can pick up other people's weapons. That would have been taking it too far, and that's just not the original Battlefront way. But at least they kept it within the boundaries of Battlefront, so I'm happy about that. But all in all, we need Battlefront 3 to keep us fans going. Or we actually need George Lucas, maybe, to make new movies. That might also be a key ingredient to us getting Battlefront 3, because I bet game creators are running out of new ways to make games. I mean, look at how badly the games have gotten in, like, the past 2 years even. They were still okay before that, but after 2005, really, maybe 2006 or even 7 maybe, they really just went down in quality. I believe they either didn't really care about their old games, or they actually ran out of ideas, which is a thing that I think happens with game creators. I mean, COD, they're just making the same old game with upgrades and stuff. Because they're running out of new ideas to put in the game to make it newer, fresher. But that's the life of the gaming community, I guess. Okay, so back to this map now. End of my talk on Battlefront 3. This map is just amazing. It's so beautiful, and yet at the same time, it is so fun. There's just the right amount of vehicles. On Utapa Better, that's one of the maps that I'm going to show you, probably one of the last ones. It's just got too many vehicles and too many people. There's got to be a way that you can lower the unit count or something. That's kind of the way it is with the Clone Wars Kashyyyk one, but it's got a perfect balance to it, where the vehicles are not overpowered, but yet they're not underpowered. They actually feel just right to use. And the people, it's such a big map that they're so spread out very well. They're spread out very nicely. On Utapa Better, or Better Utapa, I don't remember which one it is. It's just awesome. I just lost my train of thought. On Utapa is Better. It's an awesome map. It's giant, but it lost it. It went overboard. I like having 2 ATTEs, but it kind of just lost its feel to it. It's a fun map to play at first, but it's kind of lost the Utapa feeling for me. Whereas when I first started playing it, it's just like, Hallelujah, we have an awesome game. But I'll tell you more about that when I come to that map. Okay, so this map it's got the perfect number of units as well. It starts you off as 250 units with, I don't know how many guys, maybe like 20, 21 units, but it's just perfect because it's a decently big map, and it's got the perfect amount to it. If they had fighters in here, that might have been going overboard. That's what I feel with it. I was also one of the first to download this map. Like, there was only like 15 downloads when I got it, so that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, this is just great map. Like I said before, it doesn't look good when you first look at it. It looks like some old map where people just put a lot of pretty stuff in it, which is kind of what some maps were, like Methlin or whatever that map was. Ancient Research Facility, I kind of think was like that. I'll be doing a commentary on that one as well. But it's just like, this map looks Star Wars almost, because everybody wants planets, and this kind of looks like perfect combination with some looks like ruins here, and then some, oh yay, this is still alive here. I can see what map they got this from. Geonosis. Sorry, it's Battlefront. This is part of this. They got from a Battlefront 1 map, but they used coloring and everything. Very good texture pattern. Oh man, we're dominating, but losing every command post. Very good texture patterns. I'm here. Where is he? Where's the scary little battle droid? See? I crushed him. No biggie. It's kind of like a woman with a spider. Ah, spider! Oh my gosh, he's gonna kill me. Okay, I do have a little bit of arachnophobia, but just not to the... No offense to any girls who might be watching this out there, but you guys tend to have more arachnophobia than we do. No sexist comments in there or anything, but that's just the way it appears. Okay, so I'm going to be in an IFTX tank. These things are awesome. And until I blow them up by myself, though. Bad driving! Where did you get your license? I didn't. Oh. There hasn't really been too many bad maps that I've downloaded. Oh, if you guys could also tell me, I can download some maps, but I can't download others. Like, some maps, they work for me. I'll download them the same way, same place, but sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And I want to know why. So if you guys could put in the comments section why that is, I would be really appreciative, and give me some like tips on how to make it act better. But yeah, cause Dark Times mod I want to share with you guys. That looks so awesome. I've seen some YouTube videos on it. It just looks amazing. Yeah. Okay, I hope you guys can find this too. Let's see. It's gonna be under Star Wars Battlefront 2 PC. Okay, guys. Obi-Wan, last guy. Woo! Troll! I'm trolling my teammates. They get in the way.